Thank you guys for watching the Animal One Guys YouTube channel. If you like my content, leave a comment down below. Ask me questions, let me know what you liked about it. And hey, click on the little like button. But please, if you want, go ahead and subscribe, because it helps my channel out. That way you can stay up to date with all my videos. And if you want, click on the bell icon to get notified. Right? Right? Huh? 1 out of 2. Not bad.
Hey, Reptile Rescue family. I get asked this all the time, and manufacturers have suggested things, and I've talked about this in the past, but people have always asked me, when do you know to replace your UVB bulb? This manufacturer says once a year. This one says every 8 months. This one says every 6 months. What is right? What is wrong? Unfortunately, guys, there is no right answer to that. Like, the only answer is when it's not giving off the correct amount of UVB. And that could be right away. That could be 2 minutes after you got it out of the brand new packaging. So the problem is, in a small scope, if you're new, bulbs that emit UVB are giving off multiple spectrums, especially if it's a bulb that is giving off UVB and UVA, as well as visible light. So parts of those spectrums can diminish over time to nil, but still be giving off visible light. And so you can't go just by, I'm going to go when the light bulb burns out, because it could well have stopped giving off UVB or the correct amount of UVB well before the visual light finally burns out the filament. Okay, so the other problem is, though, sometimes, like I said, right out of the package, bulbs may be giving off too much or little to no UVB, brand new. So this is why manufacturers go on the replace them every 6 months, because 6 months of not getting a lot of UVB, it's not that bad. You put a new bulb in and hopefully that one's working. These bulbs are hopefully quality tested, but you don't know what goes on in shipping. So there's many ways to do this, and I've gone over it. You can even buy those little UVB cards. They're about $6 on Amazon, and they're supposed to be for when you go outside. You can test how strong the sun is if you're going to get sunburned, but you can use them with your bulbs here. And sometimes people are shocked when they open up a brand new bulb and they put that UVB card under there and it does nothing. If you want to get accurate readings outside of a lab, you get yourself a solar meter. This is the way to do it. This has a sensor. It'll actually measure the UVB on screen with a number, and this is also how you know you're using the correct UVB bulb. It's the correct distance from your Reptile, because this will tell you with its number, you'll be able to find the Ferguson zone, which is basically, just if you guys don't know, they've zoned reptiles by zones called the Ferguson zone on how strong the UVB is in that area. Okay, so you've got Ferguson zone 1, 2, 3, 4, and very rare, but sometimes things are higher. 5 is very rare. So, but if you can look, like certain readings, if you get a 7.0 on your UVB reading, it's Ferguson zone 4. It's not Ferguson zone 7, etc. It's also very important when you measure UVB, you try to get the sensor's location where the reptile is. So with Ripto here, he's watching. If I were to take this and place this here, this is wrong, because my UVB is going to be, the sensor is what, 2-3 inches higher than where Ripto lays. So that's going to give me a bad reading. I would want to come in like this and have the sensor be where Ripto was, and I just bumped into his foot, pissed him off. That's the usual. So it's very important you try to, as accurately as possible, get the sensor at the level of, not the platform, the reptile on the platform. So this would be wrong, this would be wrong, about this would be right. If your reptile's there, even better. And we'll see how that affects the readings. So if I so with Ripto, we want his UVB to be between 2 and 3 on the index, to put him between a 2 and 3 Ferguson zone, okay? So if we come and we measure here, high up, I want to show you how this changes. So Ferguson zone is going to be 3, 3.1, depending on how you angle it. Okay, and it's going to fluctuate. If we come down here, see if we can get that level. We're going to get 1.5. What if we come about here, which is about where Ripto's body would actually be? Oh, 2.5. What do you know? Perfect reading. This bulb is still good for Ripto to get UVB. Now, secondary basking spot, I have a CFL bulb right here in a dome. Ripto sometimes will lay here. Again, we're looking for that reading. Where right there, this bulb is starting to get a little bit weak. And so we know that we'll have to replace this bulb soon, probably a month or two. Okay, great. Now, I think we're going to do some interesting readings that people will want to see, though, because with certain other bulbs I have, they may have went in on different times. They may be a different brand. If it's a mercury vapor bulb, there's different brands. But let's do the bearded dragons. These are all using Vivarium Electronics reflectors that are supposed to magnify by 3 times the amount of UVB output. And they're all using Arcadia. So we're talking about the best, tube lighting, T5, high output, 12% UVB bulbs. So same reflectors, same bulbs. And guys, they went in on the same day and they're on the same amount of hours. So these bulbs have the same lifespan from them. Hi, Phoenix. How you doing? Yeah, don't try to eat me. So if we come down roughly, and what I'll use just for these measures to be accurate, I'm going to place my arm on the bracket here and hold this and just press the button. We're not trying to zero in on where the dragon is. We just want to compare bulb to bulb here, roughly. So if we compare in this area above the dragon, 6.8, okay, straight in. Hi, Johnny Cage. And I guess I should have added that these bulbs are, they're up on the same distance. So same type of tank size, 3 by 2 by 2. And let's get a measurement here. 6.2, 6.3. All right, very good. And we'll just grab Archimedes. We won't do everyone. Look at this one, 9.3. Same setup, same area, 9.3. This one's putting out a ton of UVB. Why is that? It's just, guys, these things are manufactured, right? So there'll be different amounts. Now, this is why I also want to say that all of these bulbs have been running well over 6 months, well over a year, over 2 years, and I have not replaced any of these bulbs. If I would have been trashing these bulbs every 6 months, I would have just been peeing money down the drain, right? And that's not good. I know why the manufacturers, they want money and they also want to err on the safe side. But guys, I know solar meters are not cheap, but if you get a solar meter, it is going to tell you when it's time to replace your bulb. It is going to help you find spots, because maybe a reflector is like when we look here, when we just go left and right, the reflector is probably maybe a little bit more shiny here. We're not going up in elevation, we're just going left and right. Or maybe the bulb is brighter in the middle, right? These are complex fluorescents. You know how sometimes the edges start to go a little bit darker? There's so many variables, not complex fluorescents, tubes. There's so many variables that you need to know these things. You need to know how high to place the basking spot. You need to know, okay, maybe when I start with the bulb is new, it's a little bit stronger. I'm going to lower the basking spot. And then, the bulb is getting a little bit worse, but still I don't have to throw it away because my basking spot's a hammock. I can raise the basking spot. So if I come with the solar meter, because I don't want people to freak out, where Archimedes actually basks, and kind of put it right next to her, are we going to see 9? We're probably not going to see 9, guys. Shocker, we're going to see 5. But we'll see 9 over here, wherever it was. I got to get right under it. But that's okay because she can't bask here in this open air. She can't levitate. Unfortunately, she's not Chris Angel. So those are things to know. These things, especially, guys, if you have multiple reptiles, this thing pays for itself after the first 6 months. When you're looking at bulbs that are $30 each or more and reflectors and things like that, you don't have to do that. You only have to do it when the UVB is nothing. And also, so people understand, the UVB here is much different than the UVB down there. Even though the light is getting here, let's look at our reading. 3, Look where the dragon is. 7, 6, more than doubles. That's the amount of UVB they need. What if I had a 14% bulb? That would be a lot of UVB here. Cut the solar meter. Don't change your bulbs every 6 months unless you have to. Change your bulbs when the UVB is too little to help your dragon or any reptile. Take it easy, guys.
Thank you guys for supporting my reptile rescue family.